Alabama has one of college football's more distinct quarterback battles heading into 2018 spring practices in the form of Jalen Hurts versus Tua Tagovailoa.Hurts is the 2016 SEC Offensive Player of the Year who compiled a 26-2 record and led Alabama to consecutive national championship games. Tagovailoa is the quarterback who better passed the eye test in 2017 and led the Tide to a comeback win against Georgia in the College Football Playoff Championship. More. What's next for Hurts at Alabama? You can see why Alabama coach Nick Saban has a tough choice to make ahead of the 2018 season. This decision could ultimately affect not only the future of Alabama's offense, but also the respective futures of Tagovailoa and Hurts. Here's a look at the factors he'll consider in Alabama's upcoming quarterback competition. No one yet, but Tagovailoa is considered the favorite to win the starting role. That means he'd be tasked with replacing Hurts' 4,861 career passing yards, 40 passing touchdowns, 1,809 rushing yards and 21 rushing touchdowns. That's a lot of production, regardless of how you look at it. Hurts also did an excellent job of protecting the ball in 2017, throwing only one interception in 254 attempts. It's an open race until Saban says otherwise. Here is what Hurts and Tagovailoa bring to the table. Hurts: he has 2 years of starting experience. Counting Alabama's CFP title game against Georgia, he's 26-2 as a starter, 3-1 in the playoff, 12-2 against ranked opponents and 17-1 against SEC opponents, with Alabama's only losses coming against number 2 Clemson in 2016 and No. 6 Auburn in 2017. His ability as a runner can't be understated either. He has the ability to break off big runs at any point in the game and does a good job of protecting the ball. Tagovailoa: he looked phenomenal in limited play throughout 2017, completing 49 of 77 passes for 636 yards and 11 passing touchdowns to 2 interceptions. He looked calm in the pocket and displayed accuracy, arm strength and playmaking ability, rushing 27 times for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. He displayed some freshman mistakes against the Bulldogs, but there's no reason to believe that will be a problem going forward. Several factors. Alabama may replace a 2-year starter with someone who hasn't started a game since high school. And unlike other competitions, we've seen both play in meaningful games. Also consider that Alabama's 2018 staff will see its 4th iteration at offensive coordinator/quarterbacks coach in 3 years, with offensive coordinator Mike Locksley, co-offensive coordinator Josh Gattis and quarterbacks coach Dan Enos. That will play a role in how the offense is run. If Tagovailoa loses out, he transfers. He's too talented to sit behind Hurts and has already shown he can immediately elevate any team he transfers to. If the competition is decided in the spring, he could transfer over the offseason, which would leave him 3 years of eligibility remaining after sitting out a year. If the starter isn't decided until the fall, he might wait till 2019. Either way, he'll have his pick of schools in this scenario. Hurts' decision depends on what he wants from his college experience. If he wants to be a quarterback and transition to the NFL at that position, he'll transfer with 2 years of eligibility remaining. His size and athleticism give him the option of changing positions if he wants to stay at Alabama. That could be at receiver, running back or H-back. Locksley's offense is dictated by personnel, though he typically mixes pro and spread looks. Considering both quarterbacks' running ability, his formations will likely vary little. The real difference will be in play calling. If Tagovailoa starts, Alabama will feature more pure passing plays. If Hurts retains the position, expect more designed runs and pop passes. Regardless of who starts, the offense will still center around running backs Damian Harris, Najee Harris and Josh Jacobs. Alabama pits its first-string offense and defense against each other, but it's likely Hurts and Tagovailoa will lead both the number 1 and number 2 offenses throughout the game. This also allows Saban to see who runs the first-string offense better, and to see who gels best with the most players. Something to note, considering the number of freshmen who got meaningful playing time last season, it's possible potential starters will play on all 4 teams. Here's a look at Hurts and Tagovailoa's production at quarterback. The last 2 seasons Hurts may have seen fewer passing attempts, yards and touchdowns in 2017, but he increased his yards per attempt from 7.4 to 9.4, improved his quarterback rating from 139.1 to 150.7 and improved his touchdown-interception ratio, though his completion percentage dropped from 62.8 to 60.6. And although he saw fewer rushing attempts in 2017, He increased his yard per carry average from 5.0 in 2016 to 5.6 in 2017. He ran on 37% of plays in which he was the featured player, as opposed to 33% in 2016. Comparatively, Tagovailoa's stats suggest a pass-first, run-second play style. Even with his dual-threat ability, he only ran on 16% of plays in which he was the featured player. He also eclipsed Hurts' completion percentage, 63.6, and quarterback rating, 175.0, while averaging 4.9 yards a carry. What does this mean? Only that Tagovailoa is more likely to be a bigger passing threat than Hurts at quarterback. That will certainly be taken into consideration when Saban decides who the starter will be for 2018. Signs point to Tagovailoa starting for Alabama when the Tide open against Louisville. He seems to offer an improvement in the passing game without much drop-off in his rushing ability. Of course, that projection comes before Alabama has played its spring game, has completed a single spring practice. Even nothing the players have done before then will predict who takes over at quarterback, certainly not more than the on-field product we'll see this spring. It all comes down to who runs the offense better, plain and simple. And it's likely Saban won't let us know who that is until they take the field.